thing about this show is, if you watch to the end, it makes so much more sense.
Why are we always eating things?
Anyway, John, you win. We're supposed to eat it. What? It's our pet.
This episode is brought to you by our title sponsor, Team Cayote.
And our fantastic partners.
Team Savox!
Tonisport!
Invisible Speed Mayako Youth Mentoring Program!
Beach RC!
Orlowski Racing Line!
rsrc! EuroRC! Mo graphics! 36 mood!
I'm Matt McCallum.
And I'm Frank McKinney.
And here are your headlines.
In time for the 8th Buggy Euros, WIRC has released their new challenger, the SBX4.
And ready for the 110th Buggy Worlds, Team Associated have announced a pair of all-new four-wheel drive buggies.
Now that makes a slight change from their weekly retro releases at least.
It does. Speaking of retro, are you ready for Pro 10 to make another comeback? Phoenix Racing is. They've just announced their G56.2-200, perfect for World GT racing.
Back to off-road and hot on the heels of the 22X Buggy release, TLR have announced the stadium truck version, the 22XT. You never would have known it from the name.
The dates for the 2026 1/8 Nitro Buggy Worlds in Texas have been announced. More on that later.
That's right, and Yeah Racing have released...
Wait, give it some beans.
Yeah Racing
Yeah!
have released their V2 version of their touring car setup station, complete with ball bearings and even 70/75 aluminum. Did we miss a headline?
Yeah!
Let us know in the comments.
And now, here are your main stories.
Yeah!
Tilo Diekman has won the Oslo Open up in Norway.
Oh, wow. That's where Scotty was.
Yes.
Cool. Down in Australia, the Schmoken 2025 Australian Indoor Champs, Jeffrey Mackey, he earned the top spot with his RC Maker touring car. I've heard they're quite popular.
Yeah, they actually make a pretty good machine. Dario Balestre won the single race 1/10 IC track Italian National Championships in Gubbio, my favorite place, ahead of his defending teammate Carmine Raiola.
Fantastic job, Dario, and great result for the young Luca Ilassi taking the Sport Championship title. I assume he was running Ilassi engines.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Dutch racer Marco Harleman won the very wet second round of the EFRA Grand Prix Series for large-scale touring cars.
In the US of A, round 3 of the J-Concepts INS 15 series was taken by Brock Champlin and his Schumacher buggy in two-wheel drive.
And in four-wheel drive, former world champ Spencer Rivkin took TQ, but again, it was Champlin with the overall win after 3 A-main races.
If you have had a good result, drop us a photo, or better yet, a video. Send it to shout@rcracingtv.com and we'll try to use it in RCTV news.
Try.
Do our best.
Yeah.
This is a hot topic.
This week we received some criticism of our own coverage and the fact that we just love to film Canas all of the time. They said,
Why do we spend every video fawning over Canas?
No, we don't want Canas. We want to look at the 3 behind him. It's just not important.
they continued,
We watch him race by himself for half of most races, even if he's 20 seconds behind the leader.
In this tournament, it's not often you say Canas is not important, but he's not important in this.
and also,
It's like one commentator has money invested in him, but it's boring as for us.
Ignoring the fact that one car's Canas is leading this, but it just isn't important.
so yeah, I think maybe you've caught Nick red-handed there.
Yeah, in fact, I'm having second thoughts about booking him to cover the 1/8 Buggy Canas Euros at Barcelos.
Yeah, well, he's definitely not covering the 1/8 electric Canas buggy Euros in Barcelos. No, that should be a Canas free zone.
Unless he actually wins the Canas race?
Well, there can be only one.
50-50.
This week, in fact this afternoon, we're headed to the EFRA GT8 European Championships in Germany.
It should be pretty good racing, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I bet you are. Beer and pretzels and all that.
Well, yeah, carb it up, baby. You know it. But really, the racing and the racers will be our focus.
Of course. And last year's set of finals were crazy.
Yes, and I wish I'd been there to see all that in person. If you missed it, check out the Nitro main final.
But yeah, we hear from a lot of racers, especially the Nitro track guys, that GT8 isn't really for them.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's really curious. I mean, it's a European Championship category.
And another GT8 World Championship is due later this year in Chile.
Yeah. So what's the deal, really? Why do some drivers not think of it as a proper racing category? Is it too slow? Does it not look realistic enough?
It's more realistic for my money. Of course, many of our Italian racers and friends are very into it. In fact, it was the rally game cars from the Italian brands in the 2000s that evolved into the GT8 racers we see today.
That's right, and of course this has led to the Italian brands dominating the category right now. But will there be any other challengers?
Well, we'll see. In fact, let's take the most important view on this. What about the man on the street?
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell us what you think about GT8?
I have no idea. I'm just trying to get to work.
Okay, all right. Well, all right.
As we mentioned in the headlines, we've known where next year's IFMAR World Championships for 1/8 buggy would be held, but just not when.
That's right. And this week, the official dates of next year's World Championships have been announced.
And this week, Thornhill is hosting the Roar 1/8 Buggy Nationals with a full turnout and a very busy weekend of top-level racing.
Not only is Thornhill the host of the Dirt Lone Star Challenge, it's also hosted the Raw Nats 3 times previously. What do you think, as our resident RCTV Texan?
Well, this track actually opened up after I left, but I will vouch for any Texan barbecue.
It's going to add up to a very interesting event for sure.
That's all to come next year, though. Right now, we've got a word of warning for you racers.
Now, we all love ordering stuff online, right? It's easy to find good deals and you can often get stuff delivered next day. But as we know, you can't trust everything you see online.
Yeah, that's right. At the recent eBuggy Euros, at least one racer showed up with these batteries, which claim to be homologated by EFRA.
Spoiler alert, they weren't. Unfortunately, this racer had to be told by race officials that they had illegal batteries and were made to purchase new ones from one of the on-site stores.
It's an expensive lesson for that racer, definitely, but the homologation lists are there for a reason. Things like batteries, motors, and bodies need to be checked and verified by race officials to make sure they're on par with all the other racing products and also within the parameters set by the organization.
So to find out more about our thoughts on homologation, be sure to watch episode 7 of this very show, RCTV News.
So forget about Amazon. If you enter RC, go to Tonisport, Beach RC, or EuroRC.
And make sure you check out the lists for your racing organisation, whether it's EFRA, RAW, or any other national racing federation that you've entered into.
I mean, even Sean McGay has some rules.
Sean McGay.
Sean McGay.
Speaking of batteries, our title sponsor, Team Cayote, has a fantastic selection of high-powered, low-weight batteries perfect for GTE.
Team Cayote will be on hand at the GT8 Euros this week, providing support and answering questions.
Have you got your setup stand yet? I think you'll need one of these.
New from Invisible Speed is the complete setup station pair. The set includes 2 camber wheel angle plates, quick change wheel nuts, a bright green measuring plate, 36mm droop blocks, and a droop gauge with +5 to -7 measurements. Made for nitro and electric 1/8 scale buggies, the Invisible Speed Complete Setup Station helps you solve common problems and improves the experience of setting up your car. You can check your camber at any steering angle to measure bump steer and Ackerman. The camber angle wheel plates use ball bearings for extra smooth operation at your car's proper ride height. And the droop blocks feature spaces for shock and diff rebuilds, balancing pins, and battery connection soldering. The Invisible Speed Complete Setup Station Pair is available on invisiblespeed.net. Get yours today.
Oh, well, so that's it for this week. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of RCTV News.
And if we've missed something or you want to correct something, then drop us a comment. Up there, down there, wherever.
This week, RCTV Heroes will get to watch the next episode of our new hit series, Pit Police.
Is your pit table featured? You'd better keep your area clean and tidy because the pit police are out.
RCTV Heroes will get to watch that first. The rest of you, gonna have to wait till Monday.
You are. Thank you to our title sponsor, Team Cayote.
And the rest of our amazing partners.
Team Savox. Tonisport.
Invisible Speed Mayako Youth Mentoring Program.
Beach RC. Orlowski Racing Line. rsrc. EuroRC. graphics. 36 mood.
Cheers. See you next week. Hey there, we can't believe it, but you've made it to the secret after show.
Yes. First, we want to honor our heroes.
And for everyone else, we don't want to say goodbye. We want you to join us.
Yeah, if you want us to be able to keep making this content and coverage, there's a few ways that you can help.
Yeah, first and most importantly, you can hit subscribe.
Then, if you really want to support us, you can become an RCTV hero by joining the channel. Click join down below on YouTube, and the link for that is also in the description.
If you want to rep RCTV, then go to rcracingtv.com and buy some merch.
Finally, if you want to help us just keep the lights on, then you can buy us a coffee right here.
Right down there, or in person if we bump into you at the track.
Now, if you're still watching after all that, then it's time to pick your next clip. I would say the top one.
No, I think this one is way more their speed. I think this is the one that they'll like.
Okay. Well, either way, thanks and goodbye.